live, so we're gonna see if it works. We're gonna share it. It shows that it's on them. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Hey, you guys. Hey. Yes, sir. It's on live. All right. So let's go ahead and share this. Let me see if I can share this link over here. Oh no, it's pulling it up. Okay, so go ahead and close there. Actually, we're gonna do share YouTube, control copy. Oh, they just go here. Bam, create posts. Yes, sir. Welcome to our live show. Yes. Thank God technology, right?
I'm
We are live, baby.
playing out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm playing out the brackets right now. I'm a little
It
distracted.
it's all right.
So what do I have to do on my end?
Nothing. We're just shooting the show live. We are live right now. Like so for the people that are tuning in to watch this new thing, as you can see, we have our new layout. We have our new background. Um, we have integrated some technology. So I didn't want to do a Spaces again. Like Spaces is cool, right? Spaces is cool. Like when we need to use it, but this is our main platform. So I'm really trying to build. I'm trying to build this, build our viewership on YouTube, because that's where we're at. So this is pretty much just like me and you recording when no one is around, but
Mhm.
now it's live. So it's just like Spaces, but it's now they get to see us. They get to see our facial expressions. They get to
Cool.
see like what we're going through at the moment. So we can definitely. I'm gonna turn the volume down. I'm gonna see how many people tune in.
I'm just gonna post it on my Twitter that
Yeah, yeah.
no
Go ahead.
spaces to watch the stream here.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Just
space.
yeah, just be like we went from Spaces and we're gonna try YouTube Live tonight.
Yes, sir.
It looks like it may be a little behind. Okay, no, it's a little delayed, but still cool. And this way too, people in our chat, like they can really they could comment if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So let people get in. All right, people are tuning in. Yes, 7-6 Fairfax, fourth quarter. I seen that. Thank you for the update. Thank you for the update. We got it. We got it over here too. Hey, it's funny. So I didn't know that Cleveland played Fairfax today. I completely forgot. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I text Coach
Guzman?
Goose. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, hey, I was like, is so and so brothers? And he was like, nah, they're not. I was like, okay, good, because I needed it for the show. He was like, you caught me right before I put my phone away. I was like, it's kind of odd. That's Thursday. And then you're like, oh, the game got switched to Fairfax. I was like,
yeah. Yeah. They for some reason they're playing today at Taft, so I was gonna go.
oh yeah,
I went there
the
for high
game got
school,
changed. My
so
bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I went there for high school, so I'm only 10 minutes away. I was gonna go, but the rain. I don't know. After last week, um, so I guess we'll get into it. Yeah, before we dive
Yeah,
into really the semifinal predictions, just gonna kind of go over the game I was at last week, and Coach Paul can go over the game he was at last week as well.
yeah, yeah,
I was at
yeah.
Palisades versus Garfield at Southwest College. Man, first things first, the rain. I haven't seen nothing like that. It was crazy. The rain. I had an umbrella. Luckily, I just have spare clothes in my trunk, just always. So
Typical
I got
college
to.
kid.
I drove home dry, but my shoes were soaked. My pants, everything. The umbrellas did not help. But yeah, in terms of the actual game, I mean, the weather itself only strengthened Garfield's strengths, if that makes sense, and it only weakened what Palisades' strengths were. Essentially, Palisades can pass, Garfield can run. The rain made it no difference in Garfield's play style. On the other hand, the rain really kind of it hampered Palisades' play style. Um, to be fair, they did establish the run quite well. Obviously, nowhere near to what Garfield had. I believe they had over 400 yards rushing on total offense. Yeah, they got out early, 15-0 lead, and by the second quarter, and then it was just kind of too much of a mountain to climb for this Palisades team. The rain really hampered them. But I mean, to be fair, they didn't look totally inept trying to pass it. Jack Thomas and Damari Dezern, their talent stood out. I mean, Damari Dezern was responsible for all three or four of Palisades touchdowns. He caught a bomb, he returned a kickoff, and he got a pick six. So the four
Ooh.
star, definitely lived up to his name, lived up to his ranking. But yeah,
Okay.
this was all about Garfield and quite literally how unstoppable the rushing attack was. Must have been the second or third quarter, but they literally had back to back one play series because they just
Okay.
scored it on one play, and
Yeah.
then Palisades they get stopped. Garfield gets the ball again, then they score again in the first play of the series. So that's the kind of night Garfield had, and yeah, I mean their O line is legit. They probably have the best O line, if not maybe tied with Birmingham in terms
Yeah.
of talent, in terms of size, in terms of pure strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of the game I was at. It was a great game. Apart from the crazy rain, it was crazy for sure. Yeah, kudos to Palisades going 10-0 after having many kids transfer because of the travesty, of course. After
Yeah.
having a lot of kids lose their homes, so 10-0, making it to the Open Division. Kudos to them. And yeah, congratulations to Garfield, and they'll be playing in about what 20 less than 24 hours, 22 hours. So
Yeah.
kudos to them.
Hey man, so before I'll touch on my game when we get into it, right? Like I know you wanted to break it out. But uh I told you, I I told that was my number one sentiment last week was if you cannot stop that running game, you are in trouble. The elements were in full effect. For anybody that went to go watch a game last week, I commend you. To all the young men that played in that weather last week, I commend you. If you pulled off a victory because you established a running game, I commend you. Like, let's get into it because I got some juicy stuff for us,
Let's
right?
do it.
So
Let's do it.
we're gonna
Super small. Quick side note. Whoever the guy is doing the score update for the Cleveland Fairfax game, just keep us updated in the chat because
yeah, yeah, please.
I do want to see the winner. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's all
yeah,
I got.
yeah. All right. So are we going backwards again, or you want to start with the big? You want to start with open this week?
Let's start D3. Let's just keep
All
our
right.
tradition going.
All right. So D3, right? So D3, we have Santee, who beat Maces last week 39-21 versus Contreras, who beat Jefferson 20-14. Santee by Cal Preps rankings is Cal Preps has it predicted Santee 35, Contreras 28.
Okay.
There's no stats, unfortunately, but we know that Santee's led by Darnell Miller, the senior running back.
Yeah.
Contreras has Randy Jones, who ran the ball 20 times for 104 yards, had a touchdown. Alex Vasquez went 14 carries, 90 yards, a touchdown, and then Chris Oxala. It looks like he had a pick six, man. So if you ask me, this game is going to it's a one score game, but due to weather conditions again, the rain's not going to let up from what I'm hearing.
Mhm.
Uh, you got to go with the people. You got to go with the team that shows that they have a dominant run game, and with Darnell Miller, who has almost over 2,500 yards. Um, I honestly think Santee is going to lean on their running backs' shoulders, and I think Santee may come out with this one, brother.
Yeah. Santee, they're number one seed. These two actually played each other earlier in the year, and Santee won 44-35. So kind of similar to like the Fairfax University matchup last week, where they had played each other in the past, obviously because they were in the league. So yeah, kind of interesting. But yeah, before I get into any predictions, kind of just kudos to this Contreras program.
Yes.
If you hear any background noise, apologies, but I digress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any like Contreras, they're a new school, opened in 2006, 2007. So the institution is pretty new itself, and this year was their first year. Like I tweeted it, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Um, Let me find it. I'll just read off my tweet. So
All
my
right.
tweet says playoff news. Contreras won its first ever city section playoff game on November 7th since the school opened in 2007. And now the Condors are in the city section Division 3 semifinal against the first seed Santee on Friday. And I put exciting times for the program. And yeah, it's a good exciting time for the program. Obviously you opened in 2007. So what is that? 18 years later you finally get a playoff win, and they are 8-4 this year. Worst case scenario, they finish 8-5. That's still a really good record. They show that they can beat some teams. They show that they can schedule up slightly. They played our George Washington Prep, who's in D2. They played Santee, who's the number one seed. They played Marshall, who's in D2 as well, and still alive in the. Never mind. Are they still in the playoffs? Yes, they're
Who?
still alive in the playoffs. So they're scheduling up. So kudos to this Contreras team. But like I said, like Darnell Miller, he's a guy. It's gonna rain again. Santee's not really gonna change their play style. They're going to rely on number one, Darnell Miller.
Yep.
I do agree with the Cal Prep score. I think it's gonna be a one score game, but I'm not sure between who, because we have this Contreras team who's kind of on a really, really up and up season. They have the momentum, 8-4, first playoff win in program history. So they got a lot of things going for them. And Santee, they feel like we should handle this. We were handed the number one seed for a reason. We have statistically the number one or two running back, probably the number one. I haven't checked. The number
Yeah.
one statistical running back in the LA City section, and they feel like this should be no problem since we're the number one seed. In terms of prediction, I don't ever back out, so I always give predictions. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Santee, but I
Okay.
will say I'm gonna probably gonna add a lot more motivation to this Contreras squad. I did get a few tweets saying, "All right," it was like a screen recording of me saying I got Jefferson winning. So
Ooh, got my boy got clipped.
Contreras guys, I'm hoping to see another screen recording if you guys do win. So tag me, I'll comment again. I know it's not hate; it's high school football, just showing the love, and yeah, that's what I got.
All right. So we are on to the next semifinal game, which is Wilson versus Hawkins. Cal Preps has Hawkins winning 26-21. Um, Wilson won last week 33-20. Unfortunately, there's no stats. Well, I don't have any. Well, there's no stats on Max Preps. You guys know how we do. Hawkins won 18-15 over Roy Ball. Justin Cortez, 7
He's a
carries,
guy.
68 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Canwy. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So uh Canwy Gillett had a pick six, right? So I said Chris Oxel in the previous game. He actually had a touchdown. It just doesn't say how he got his touchdown. Canwy Gillett had a pick six. So it shows he had an interception, and then he accounted for 6 points. So I'm putting two to two together, pick six, right? But well, the Hawkins Roy Ball game seems pretty close. But that's because Roy Ball has a dog at quarterback, man. So Hawkins, they may have under they versatile quarterbacks even in the rain can do some damage. Um, I don't have a dog in this fight only because, and I'm not gonna pick a winner because I'm cool with both. Like I'm really cool with both coaches.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for both coaches. I know Wilson's head coach. My guy's had a bit of a. It's been a bit of a rough year, and I know he's getting it from all angles, right? Like I know some of the behind the scenes stuff that's been going on. Um, so just being faced with that stuff, um, I want them. It's a coin flip for me. Um, both coaches are well deserving to make it to the ship. It's coin flip. I honestly, it goes to OT. Whoever has the ball last wins the game.
And whoever wins on your end, you're happy because those are both of your guys.
Yeah,
On me, I'm going with the on the map guy. Shout out Coach Montenegro, head coach at Wilson. He's a great guy. Definitely interested in getting him on the show for sure.
yeah, yeah.
We'll keep in touch hopefully. We'll stay in touch hopefully. But yeah, I got Hawkins, man. Coach Coaches, he's our guy. One of the first head coaches that we had on this show. their first seed. Then they've actually, this is their first league title since they moved to the Metro League when they moved out of the Coliseum League 4 years ago. Um, they're 8-2. They're going to be 8-3 at worst if they lose this game. A league title. They're on the up and up. And I do want to mention when I had went to their first round matchup against LA High.
Yeah.
I talked to Coach Coaches and I noticed that a couple of the star guys were out. So Hawkins
Yeah.
isn't. They're out for the season, so they won't come back. But Hawkins is. They're a little handicapped, as I'm sure Wilson is. I'm not making any excuses. Injuries happen, especially in football. But yeah, they have a few of their star guys out. But I mean,
Yeah.
I got Hawkins. Coach Coaches has run it up their first league title, and I know it isn't the strongest league in the city section per se. Like Locke and
No, don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. Put it right here.
But yeah,
Sorry.
it's I got Coach Coltress going it all the way. And yeah, hopefully I could be there in 2 weeks because I'm gonna definitely attend all the finals, or at least try.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'll definitely, hopefully, I see Coach Coltress.
Hey, so this live thing, if you hear me talking, my kids, like I told you, it's a family show. So excuse the background noise. Hey, but the cool thing about this, 2J is I have my phone up, right? So obviously we have the broadcast because we produce behind the scenes, right? One of our comments says is that I kept it 100. But people at LA Wilson unfortunately want the coach out. Yeah, so that's kind of the behind the scenes stuff I've been hearing. So that, like, even with all the noise being a coach, I know how hard it is to try to stay focused and keep your team bought in. So shout out to my boy over at Wilson, man.
Yeah, I'm reading these comments. Yeah, look, there's one that says Hawkins back in the semis for the first time since the James brothers were in charge at Hawkins. So yeah, that was right before the scandal. So it's been a decade since that happened. So congrats to Hawkins. And yeah, I mean, I've heard rumbles, and by rumbles I mean tweets from Montenegro's side himself.
Right.
Obviously they're very vague. They don't go into detail, of course.
They're never gonna go into detail, but yeah.
Yeah. I have noticed like, why is he tweeting, this about parents, like stuff like people on the sideline want to coach more than the coaches. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not putting words into his mouth. I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, I did notice a few tweets earlier this year. I'm like, interesting. So now that I should bring that up, I'm kind of connecting the dots.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you can't appease everybody. So at the end of the day, let the boys finish the season. Let the chips fall where they may. Montenegro is a hell of a coach. So if it is the end at Wilson, you know what? He gave you a playoff run and gave you a deep playoff run, and
he'll be a hell of a coach.
He'll be a hell of a coach wherever he lands if he's not at Wilson next year.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's go to D2, man. Hey, I'm not even going to start with. What's the score update? Let's see.
We should just cover the other matchup.
Yeah. So
Cleveland and Fairfax is ongoing. No predictions.
Predictions, but let me give you a quick shout out. So last week, obviously, we know Cleveland won, right? So let me just get into their stats to give these young men their kudos because they deserved it, right? They're playing tonight, so best of luck to both teams. So Dominic Fuentes last week went 6 for 10, 125 passing yards. He had 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. Hell of a job passing the ball in the rain and making it work, right? Brandon Maldonado, 16 carries for 102 yards. Joseph Hurtado had a rushing touchdown. Jesus Fuentes, 4 rushes, 4 carries for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jesus and Dominic are no relation. I called and made sure prior to their game tonight. Hell, I didn't even know they played tonight. So coach was nice enough to answer me before he got busy. Fairfax, unfortunately, there was no stats, but they won last week, 27-18. Uni was up 18-7 at halftime, and then Fairfax came back and scored 20 unanswered points, right? So they're in a hell of a battle tonight. The last score I saw was 7-6.
Update 12-7, 40 seconds to go. Cleveland's up.
Oh, let's go. Sheesh. All right, best of luck. We'll give you guys an update right now when the timer goes off.
Yeah.
So now let's get to Marshall and San Fernando, right? So, man, Cal Preps has San Fernando winning 17-16.
Wow.
Right? So Marshall beat Chatsworth last week. Shout out fucking Marshall, baby. Yeah. They beat the defending Chaps 17-12. Nathaniel Cadet was kind of quiet. He had a quiet night, right? But when the captain of your ship is kind of quiet, you need to fall back on your co-captains, and Wesley Mejia and Luis Gonzalez both had a touchdown each. Uh, but Mr. Gonzalez kicked a 36-yard field goal, bro,
Okay.
in the rain.
Really good, yeah.
Okay, so San Fernando last week beat Arleta 18-14. Shout out to San Fernando. Uh, there's no stats for San Fernando, but they're led by Julian Sarzo, Melvin Pineda, and Darian Turner. So this game to me is going to be a hell of a game. If weather conditions are the same, it's going to be whoever can run the game. And Marshall had 3 people last week really step up, or two people step up. Um, I got the underdogs here, man. If I am clickbait for San Fernando, it is what it is. Nathaniel Cadet, man, you are you're who I'm rooting for, brother. I
You're
wish
his
you the
hero.
best. Yeah, you're my underdog story from this year, man. From watching you in passing league at Franklin or Eagle Rock, excuse me, seeing you at Eagle Rock to what you've put together now, young man, the sky's the limit for you. I'm not taking anything away from San Fernando, because they got some ballers, but this kid Daniel Cadet's he's got the it factor, man, and I think the team is on his back and they got momentum. I'm gonna flip it. I got Marshall 17, San Fernando 16.
There's ours mute, but there you go.
Yeah.
This is probably the closest matchup.
Timeout, interruption, final. Cleveland 17, Fairfax 7. Cleveland is going to the championship, baby. Good shit, Coach Guzman.
Wow,
Yeah.
breaking news. Wow. Coach Kuzman and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Is that the NBA team? I think that's a mascot. I don't know.
No, they're the Cavaliers too.
Okay, the Cleveland Cavaliers going to the championship. Wow, number 1 seed, handling business as they should. I mean, I said it from round 1. Like, they just have a lot of young guys. They scheduled bit of a hard schedule. They play in a tough league. I knew that record going into playoffs didn't do them justice. So I knew this was a really winnable division for Coach Guzman and Cleveland because they have so many young guys and so many athletes. So excited to hear that. Kudos to Fairfax too, by the way. I was kind
Yeah.
of like, oh, they'll finish as an 8-7 seed in D2 and they'll get bounced first round. It was 12-7 with 40 seconds to go. They were 41 touchdown and a minute away from going to a final. So
Yeah.
kudos to Fairfax. I slept on them. Yeah, they proved me wrong. But yeah, that's kind of the small little review on that game. But in terms of this game is super close, and these teams are super similar. They
Yeah.
both have really good quarterbacks. Probably give I don't know the list of all the quarterbacks. Give me a list of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in terms of talent in D2. Cadet and Sarza are there. Cadet with
Yeah.
Marshall and Sarza with San Fernando. They're there.
Sarzo, yeah, they're there. For
Sarzo,
sure.
yeah, he transferred in Cadet class of 27, so he's a junior. He'll come back. They're both 9-3, really similar. Both riding highs, both have athletes. You did mention a few athletes on San Fernando side. You didn't mention, I think, probably the best one on their team, Andrew Newchurch, who's a
Ooh,
dog, who's an
I
athlete.
did. Sorry, Mr. Newchurch. I did forget you,
Yeah,
Andrew.
yeah.
My bad.
So yeah, kind of super close. I don't even know who to. I do know who to pick because I'm gonna I don't want to choose the same as you, so I will choose the opposite. But this
Oh,
is. But I'm if San Fernando wins, I won't be surprised. If
okay.
Marshall wins, I won't be surprised. It's that close. Cal Preps knows it. I know it. You know it. This is a 1-score game. These teams are really evenly matched up. They both have athletes. Marshall started 7-0, 8-0. San Fernando started like 6-1, 7-1, and they only lost to Alamany. Yeah, I will go San Fernando purely because we chose Marshall. But yeah, that is gonna be an exciting matchup. I'm not gonna be at this game, but I will definitely be in the stands checking for score updates on Friday.
Mama Cadet, don't retweet none of Jay's stuff anymore. He jumped off the bandwagon. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right.
I'm just
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay,
yeah.
so now this leads us to D1. All right. So since I have a lengthy explanation to what happened last week for the Southgate Gardena game, we're gonna start with the Marquez Venice uh
Yeah,
matchup,
yeah, yeah.
and then we'll get into the
Yeah,
Southgate
this
Clemson one.
is. Let me. Actually, no. You go first. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you
All
got the
right,
stats.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So Marquez is coming off the 47-7 BTA. I had to get you guys back for clipping me. No, I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, yeah,
Marquez won last week 47-7. They were led by Angelo Gutierrez Molina. He went 5 for 11, 140 yards. He had 3 TDs. Two of them were to Elijah Staples. He had 70 yards with the 2 tubs. Jonathan Ramirez had a 49-yard touchdown run. That was a like a reception. So he did his thing in the rain. Uh, Gilberto Cisneros had 12 carries for 106
he's
yards
a
with a
guy.
touchdown.
Hmm.
He's a guy. And then Marcus Juan, 15 carries, 185 yards, and he had 3 tubs, bro.
Okay.
Uh, um, yeah. So Venice turned around and they played Franklin and they won 35-8. Unfortunately, it was it was a bare minimum game for Venice. Like they got out early and they kept it. So Joshua Aaron, 11 carries, 137 yards, a tub. Aaron Minter and Jordan Casieres both had a touchdown each.
Okay.
So if we look at Cal Preps has Marquez winning 21-20 over Venice.
Over Ven. Oh, and it has Marquez winning. Wow.
It has
Okay.
Marquez winning by 1.
Okay. Wow. Before I get into that, quick,
Go ahead.
just read the chat. Um, ARAB Arab. Sounds kind of weird, but how many city
Arab.
section openings there are besides LA Jordan as of right now? I think I know Canoga Park High School has one, but I will redirect you to Chris, and then Fore on Twitter.
Yeah.
He literally has a whole spreadsheet on
He's the
openings in
guy.
all of SoCal, so you can just I think it's a spreadsheet or he has a link somewhere on his account, and you can see which openings are open for all of SoCal, but you can narrow it down to LA City. But yeah, all I know is LA Jordan's been open for a while
Yeah.
and Canoga Park, but there will be more openings, and I'm sure smaller
Right.
programs have openings as well, like maybe like a Belmont. I'm just naming random programs. I don't know if
What
they're open. Yeah,
what I would say as far as that goes is I would wait until like after Christmas break.
yeah,
Um, I'd wait till like January, like when we go back to school. Just because that gives like athletic directors and the schools and the administration to really sit down and think about what direction they want to take their program in. If they want to keep their coach or if they want to move in a different direction. Obviously, we know some of this stuff is cutthroat. Some people may be getting the notice that they're gone very shortly. Uh,
yeah.
some may drag out. But yeah, to answer your question, we don't. Well, Jay just gave you somebody that we can find out the information from. Um, but as far as like detail openings, I don't know off the top of my head. I would say just wait, and then when we find out, we'll post it for you guys as well.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely try to post a lot of the openings, at least the major ones. But yeah, but back to this matchup, Marquez and Venice both handled business. Really, 47-7 on Marquez's side and 38-5 on Venice's side. So both coming off blowouts. Yeah, this is gonna be super exciting. This is kind of a theme for every team but Venice in D1. What I mean that is like they could set every team could set a new precedent. They can set a new culture. They can set a culture of winning. Marquez isn't
Right,
a historic football powerhouse. Same with Southgate. You know, they're in the semifinal of D1. They were 0-10 two seasons ago, right? And then Dorsey, they're not necessarily they've never been a powerhouse because everyone knows how much history Dorsey has. You go back 10, 15, 20 years, they were one of the best teams in Cali. But this winning a D1 title can kind of mean, okay, now we're back. Because let's say they do win it, and I know I'm jumping ahead, but let's say they do win it, they have a lot of young guys already. Their quarterback's a class of 28. Their number one, Deuce Johnson, is a class of 27, so he's coming back for one more year. They have a core guys. Um, and yeah, I won't say too much because then I feel like I'm gonna start to go into the preview. But yeah, it's gonna be a great matchup. Marquez and Venice, really, two of the best teams in terms of talent. super close. They have Marquez winning by 1, and similar to that San Fernando Marshall matchup, it's super close. Flip a coin, and that's who wins. I do think Venice, in terms of straight athletes, athletic ability, I think Venice has a few more athletes than Marquez does. But I think Marquez just they're just gritty. They're
Yeah.
gritty and they have star power. And I don't know. I think give me 5 seconds. Just kidding. I have Marquez winning.
All right.
That's my
All
winner.
right.
I have
You already
Marquez.
know. You already know. I got behind the scenes stuff working D1 and open. I'm not giving predictions because I'm not burning any bridges. So if that gives you guys any indication of what the hell's going on, well then stay tuned. So on to the next game. Now, this was the game that I was at, and let me tell you something. It was a phenomenal game to be at. Um, I have to say both teams brought like they left it out all on the field. Um, Southgate won 32 to 24 in OT. Gardena was winning 24 to 8 at halftime. Southgate scored 24 unanswered points to win in overtime. And they won. They do the 25 they do the 25-yard line rule, right? You put the ball on the 25. So Southgate comes out, they score first, and then the defense, man, quarterback rolls out. He's heading for the pylon, like he's about to break. Literally, he just has to beat one guy, and Southgate put a helmet on the ball. The ball popped out. The guy right behind him falls on the ball. Game over, man. It was amazing. It was the Mud Bowl for sure. Shout out to Gardena. Those kids fought to the very end, man. They fought and they busted their butt, and they have nothing to hang their heads on because it was a great game. Um, Southgate was led by Nicholas Fonseca, had 12 carries, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nico Quintanilla had 24 rushing attempts for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. But they're not my unsung here. Like those two guys we know carry the team, right? They do a lot of the work. They have a lot of other intricate parts that help here and there. Normally, Michael Gonzalez is a very vital part of their success. Um, but I got to give a shout out to Leo Ramirez, man, on the defense. This young man had 4 sacks, and
Jeez.
I'm not talking like uh the quarterback was scrambling and he just caught a sack. Like he blitzed the hole, like blew. I think he put somebody on their pockets like twice on a straight A gap blitz, man. And the next thing, like I see a lineman fall, and then I see the quarterback getting tossed like 4 or 5 yards. Um, the defense, yeah, dude, like it was a phenomenal performance on both sides of the ball. Like, due to the elements, I wish I was a kid again, dude. Like
Yeah.
seeing, I posted I posted a video of me going ham in the stands, watching. But there's a video out there where the kids all ran and slid in the mud after.
That's the
I
South
see in the I
celebration.
see in the comments right now. Let's get Marquez versus Southgate in the ship local game. I
East LA.
I I would not be opposed to that. I've had that
Agree.
conver So I've had the conversation this week with a couple people. Like my phone's been ringing since Friday, right? First of all, with the whole mishap and mishandling of how they felt how they felt Eagle Rock and the powers that be mishandled that game being canceled, saying that maybe the game should have been held Saturday during the day. They could have found another site because the game being postponed till Monday now's pushed everything back to. So now Southgate plays Dorsey Saturday, right? Um, Even with the the stuff like going on, the calls have been just like, hey, what if Marquez versus Southgate type deal, right? And
Mm.
I've told everybody that's called me, Southgate's got to get through Dorsey first. They unfortunately they don't have any stats as well, but Dorsey beat Eagle Rock 26-0 on Monday. We know that Makai McCluster, Stephon Johnson, and Elijah McDaniel, they lead that team. There's probably a couple other pieces that I'm missing that you could touch on. Cal Preps has Southgate winning 24-21.
24 to 21. Wow. This is a very, very interesting matchup. And also, you are right, or the comment is right. If you're an East LA native, grew up there, go to school there, this would be a dope matchup. East LA matchup, Southgate Marquez. Um, but yeah, that's for next week for us to look at. We'll focus on this week. But yeah, I mean, Dorsey, I went into playoffs kind of pessimistic about their season. I had been pretty high, obviously in hindsight, 2020. Hindsight is 2020, but a little
Right.
too high. I had them in the open for sure. They fell to the I don't know what seed are they? The ninth seed or what the 13th seed in Division One? Seedings don't really matter. The point is they fell to D1. So I was kind of pessimistic to be honest. I did have them losing to Elko. I was like, man, it just seems like they haven't clicked all year.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
Elko
yeah.
was their first round matchup. So just for context. But yeah, they've to be fair to Coach Johnson's staff and the players, they've clicked. They've kind of done their thing. And one player that you didn't mention is because he kind of just got cleared, got healthy. I'm not sure, but Jamel Edmond. It kind of seems that his first game was last game or the first round of playoffs. He's
Okay.
number one. He's their running back. He transferred in from Long Beach Wilson. So he's a guy, and he played. As he wasn't like a bench warmer. He was their guy at Long Beach Wilson. So they did add
Okay.
him, really late addition. And yeah, I mean, you got obviously you name Makai McCluster, Deuce Johnson, Elijah McDaniels, or QB, who is definitely a dual threat, 1,000% will run it. A lot of option in their playbook, and also their line. They have a lot of size, and I've
Yeah.
seen Southgate's line, and I'm just talking strictly size. You guys aren't the biggest in terms of height and weight. Um, Dorsey has that. They have Mike McDonald, or no, LaShawn Jackson, sorry, who's 6'5", 280 something, 270 maybe. Their center, Derek Armstrong, is 6'3", almost 300 pounds. So Dorsey has a lot of size on that O line, and they
Yeah.
have athletes as well. But Southgate has that grittiness. I mean, we saw it 24-8. They are not going to give up. 24
No.
in the fourth quarter, rain or shine or snow. They won't give up. And then obviously they
This
have athletes.
this isn't the first comeback either. They were down to Mary Star by a gang of points at halftime as well.
Mhm.
Came back, and if it wasn't for two missed 2-point conversions, Southgate wins by two instead of losing by two.
Yeah.
Um, I see in the chat they asked if Venice advances, do you think Dorsey or Southgate has a chance against them?
Let
S-
let me finish my prediction
Yeah,
and we'll
go
answer
ahead.
that. That's a really
All
good
right,
question.
go ahead, go ahead, go
Um,
ahead.
this one's tough because I've seen Southgate twice this season. I have a
Right.
very emotional connection, of course, with you being on that staff and Coach Valencia and those guys, and then Dorsey, who has athletes that we've had Deuce Johnson on the show. Um, I do think they have the best lineman in the city, LaShawn Jackson. Uh, Cal Preps has Southgate winning. This one's tough, man, because I can see both sides. I can even see a blowout either way. I can see a close game, any blow. I could see a game where Southgate gets up super early, Dorsey just can't catch up, or vice versa. Dorsey gets up early and Southgate gets close, but they just similar to that Mary Star game. They get close, they rally, but it's too late.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this one's really tough. I'm actually really undecided, but I will go. I think it's gonna be a home game. Southgate, the school, the parents, the family, the students, they're gonna pop out. They pulled out the tarp. I'm seeing there. You guys are determined to play at Southgate High School, and man, I think Coach Valencia and the OC, Coach Matt, one of the best minds in the city section in SoCal, really. He'll have it running up there. I think it'll be a close game, high flying game for sure. I don't think it's gonna rain on Saturday, so I think the field will be a little dry. But yeah, I mean, 30 to 40 type score, I think it's gonna be one of those type of games, but I do have Southgate winning. So that's my final prediction.
All right. So all right. So I see the comments in the chat, right? I see that call it Dorsey over Southgate. Unfortunately, too many athletes
Yeah,
on
that
Dorsey's
I mean, he
team.
has a point. Dorsey has
Uh,
athletes, man. I think uh Makai McCluster is the best athlete on the field. I think LaShawn Jackson is the best lineman in the city.
yep.
And they're both on Dorsey's side.
Yep.
He's right. And not necessarily he's right. He's valid point because Dorsey does have a
Valid
lot
point.
of
Right.
athletes. But yeah, but football is more than just being athletic.
Um, I'm not gonna break character. I'm not gonna give my thoughts on what I think could really happen, because honestly, I'm just proud that we're here. Like,
Yeah,
we've went from D2 to D. We went from 0-10 to D2 finals to D1 semifinals. You know
potentially
what?
in the
To,
final.
potentially D1 final. At the end of the day, man, if their athletes are just a little bit better than ours, then we know what we need to improve on, and that's okay. Um, I honestly think that this is going to be a great game, whether regardless. Um, I do gotta say, if the weather permits it, and and both teams are able to like show what's really good, like
Throw it
what
out.
they're really capable, it's gonna be a barn
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping it's dry
burner.
because then both
It's
teams
gonna
can air it
be
out.
a
Mike
barn
Gonzalez can be a
burner.
cool element. I will say I do think, talent, not talent wise, throwing wise, I have Michael Gonzalez over Elijah McDaniel.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping it's dry. I want to see both team at full elements. I don't want to hear like, oh, the weather, we had a run, or this that and the third. I want it dry. I want both team at full power and just
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, let's what was that question that you wanted to
Oh, so the question in the chat is do we think that Dorsey or Southgate can beat Venice if they were to meet in the finals?
Of course. This is D1 has always been the division with the most parity and
Yeah,
the most competitiveness. You
yeah,
don't really
yeah.
see too many blowouts in D1 finals. Obviously, it's happened before, but you don't really see too many blowouts. I mean, I wouldn't even consider last year. I mean, yeah, I would consider. Okay, yeah, yeah. Last year was a blow. I would say it was like 35-7 at one point. The Palisades did catch up a little bit against King Drew, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
other than that, I mean, for the most part, from what I remember, usually D1 finals are super competitive. Um, Short answer, um, no. I think I know it's a yes or no question, but no. I think either Dorsey and or Southgate will have a pretty good chance against Venice. But Venice is the number one seed for a reason.
Okay, so none of my ties lead to Venice, so I think Marquez pops Venice.
Okay. Sheesh.
So to answer your question, yeah, I think they both can hang with Venice if they make it.
Mhm.
But that's only if Venice makes it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doubting what Venice is capable of, but Marquez is hungry. And I'm not saying Venice is not. I'm not. But what Marquez is showing me, and what we talked when we talked to Coach last week, did you hear what he said? Every team that they lost to went on and won the championship. It's kind of like being the bridesmaid and never the bride, right? So I think that plays heavy for both teams. Like, it plays heavy for all four teams, but Venice has won it before, have they not? Venice has been to, like, they've won D1 before, right? Quite a
Three
couple.
seasons ago, I believe.
Okay, so Marquez has bit sniffed it. Southgate has sniffed it. Dorsey's been there. So, like, I think no matter who's going up against Venice, they all have a chance. But to if Venice does make it and it's against Southgate or Dorsey, I think either team that plays Venice has a fighting chance. It's going to be a great matchup no matter what. But so to kind of give, like, I have no ties to Venice, and whatever I got going on is nowhere near Venice. So I can give this prediction, because it's not like the head coach is gonna be like, "Hey, you want a job?" And I'm like, you do know I said you were gonna lose, right?" so
Yeah.
uh so I think
Yeah.
I think Marquez pulls off the
Mhm.
upset. I not e- I think they win. I don't think
Yeah.
it's an upset. I think they win.
Yeah.
And then fuck it.
Yeah. It's
Southgate wins too.
interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
I got Southgate pulling it
UCLA.
off. Yeah,
That question is interesting, and
yeah,
it's what I like to do is kind of just do hypotheticals. And what I mean by that is okay, let me put Venice's schedule against Marquez, right? Venice played Westlake, they played St. Monica, they played these Harvard Westlake, Norwalk, and they finished 7-5. So let me double check. I'm not gonna just
Three, yeah,
talk out of my
7-5, 7-5, 3-2 in league.
So okay, 3-2 in league. So they win what is that? So they win 2-3 in non-league, right? But they played, like I said, Westlake, Norwalk, Harvard, Westlake, and St. Monica, Southern Section teams. Do you think? Oh, don't answer this because you kind of want to stay out of the ties. But I guess
Yeah.
question for the viewers: do you guys think this Marquez team, if they have that same schedule that Venice has right this year, do you think they would finish with the same record, worse or better? Kind of something for the viewers to listen to just think about. Because look, if you think about it, Marquez in non-league, they didn't play the strongest non-league. The only, I guess you could say, tough team they played is Rio Hondo Prep, and that wasn't necessarily close. It was 50-20 something. Venice has been in kind of dogfights. They lost to St. Monica by 1 score, first game of the year. They beat Granada Hills by 11. That's a dogfight. They lost to Norwalk by 1 point. That's a dogfight. And then obviously league is league, but yeah, they lost to Palisades by 2. They've been in these dogfights. They've come out of some victorious and they've come out of some not victorious. So just something for the viewers to think about. But yeah, that's a really good question. I'm seeing no worse, in my opinion, worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has their own opinion, of course. But yeah,
Right.
that's something that I want. Maybe some people do it already, but like it's high school football, so it's not super analytical, super statistical, just because it's high school. But
Yeah.
one of the best ways I like to compare teams is literally just do what I just did right now. Do hypotheticals. If I put Exhibit A, their schedule, and I put Exhibit B team. If Exhibit B team had Exhibit A schedule, would it be better or worse? So that's kind of the one way I like to just compare teams. But yeah, those are great questions. So yeah.
I don't know, big dog. I went 2-8 last year, and I fucking still made it to the finals.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like anything's possible. Sorry for the curse words. We're live, so hey, you know what? If my administration gets mad at me, it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, so we've touched on this enough. Now let's get to the open because we
Yeah.
got
People are
some
waiting.
stuff. Yeah.
People are
So
waiting.
now here we are. So I'm gonna start with the game. I'm gonna start with the top game, right? So we have Garfield who beat Palisades 42-21 last week.
Yeah.
With Zastis Urgi, 30 carries, 440 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Can you say Cesar Reyes like performance? Like, what a dog.
Didn't skip a beat.
Javier Vargas had 7 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. Now, Carson beat King Drew 27-2. Our boy Chris Fields, shout out to Mama Fields, Chris Fields, shout out to y'all. Coach E, shout out to you over there at Carson as well. Chris Fields had 12 carries, 136 yards with 2 touchdowns. The key thing to me in this is Speedy Myers had 2 fumbles and they lost both those fumbles. So that means that they put extra work on Chris Fields. The weather elements are not changing tomorrow. Can Carson stop the run?
Mm-hmm.
If Carson cannot stop the run, and Speedy, I love you, Speedy. You are a hell of a talent. But if you cannot hold on to the ball and you are going to put all the work on Chris, Garfield is so physical, it's going to wear and tear on Carson. And Garfield's going to find themselves in the championship because they ran the ball successfully one more time. And they made another team one-dimensional one more time. And there you have it. No prediction in this. But if we go to Cal Preps has Carson beating the brakes off of Garfield. Well, not beating the brakes off him, but like 2 touchdowns. And that's beating the brakes. And no respect here. Got him. And for reals, if you ask me, this isn't a respectful prediction whatsoever from Cal Preps. 34-21.
Okay. 34-21.
Didn't they just predict like Palisades was gonna whip the shit out of them too? And then
I forgot. I don't even remember, to be honest.
yeah, I don't even. It was something ridiculous, right? It was like, wow, like this Garfield team is for real. Carson is for real too, but this Garfield team is for real. They are well coached. I told you at the end of my excerpt last week when we got off of Spaces, I watched a coach tell you, go ahead and score because we're going to score 2, but we're going to take time off the clock and we're going to run it down your throat. This is going to come down to it again. If Carson cannot stop Zastis Urgi, it's going to be a very long night. And the elements are the same. But if Speedy Myers gets it together and him and Chris Fields can run that zone read and they're playing off each other and everything is meshing, then Carson could pop some stuff too, man. Because never underestimate Chris Fields. That kid is a dog, and if Speedy gets loose, he's a dog too. So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I mean, Garfield didn't skip a beat last week. They looked literally unstoppable. I think Palisades got one stop the entire game. As you said, obviously Garfield, they're going to live and die by the run. They don't have much of a pass game, but that they don't need to. They have one.
They lost their quarterback. What, like game 2?
I'm not even sure. Point is, they don't even need the pass. But yeah, let's just kind of face the facts too. This Carson team does have more athletes. They have better equipped players to stop the run. You can say, for lack of better words, they have two of the better, not better, one of the best edge groups, I guess you can say. Kingston Sula off the edge, and Jaden. He's a Jaden Tuoti. I don't know, Jaden T. He's a Pacific Islander. I can't pronounce those names. Apologies. But Jaden T. Yeah, he was out pretty much all of the regular season. Just got back cleared for playoffs. Battling injuries. I believe his knee. I'm not too sure. Just battling injuries, slowly coming back. Yeah, Carson is adding 6'3", 240 on the edge on that D line. At Keaston Sula, who is probably going to be the best guy if he stays at Carson, which he likely will. Once he's graduating, he's not the best edge right now because there's guys like like Elijah Staples, who has +8 D1 offers. Andrew Williams, who is a senior but he USC commit. So there's talent in the city. But I digress. But yeah, I do think Carson's better equipped to stop the run. They have a pretty beefy D line, and kind of like Palisades had one really, really extreme D1 Power 5 guy, right, and 4-star DeMar DeZern. While Carson doesn't have somebody of that caliber, the way I think about it is they have Harrison Carter's everywhere. Harrison Carter is their number 2, and he's an all-city guy. He's really, really good. Carson has 3, 4 of those guys, 3, 4, 5 of those guys,
Right.
They have the D-line, and they have the athletes at middle linebacker. But yes, you're right. It's going to rain tomorrow. Is it going to rain as hard as it was last Friday? Probably not, because last Friday was pretty extreme.
Yeah.
I saw umbrellas flying, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, Garfield, as kind of like as it is with running systems, if they do go behind early, 7-0, not 7, 14-0, it will be hard to come back.
Yeah.
If they can prevent that, they're always in it. I kind of do agree with Cal Preps, though, to be honest. I do think it'll be a 2-score game. Garfield has had a great season. They've pretty much bullied everybody. They only lost on an extra point to Banning, so they should probably have another win on their record. But yeah, I mean,
but that gives you something. They lost to a Banning team that lost to a Van Nuys team.
Yeah, and then Garfield destroys. They don't destroy, but goes on to handle business against Palisades.
Yeah,
it's the parody of high school football. But yeah, I mean.
Carson's defense is an iron curtain. Like this team is well put together. Like,
yeah,
I love this Carson team. So it's gonna just come down to, can they stop the run? That is my major thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I was talking to Coach E this week, and I told him if he won, save me a spot on the sideline in the ship. And
me too, Coach E. I don't know if you watch, but I do got your phone number. Me too. I'll hit you up if you guys win the championship for sure, or win the semifinal. But yeah, I mean, last little bit on this matchup. Look, athlete-wise, I mean, Garfield isn't superly impressive. Whiteout secondary. I mean, I saw it against Southgate. I saw it against Palisades. Guys were getting beat even in the rain. It's all about the trenches. Their front seven, their O-line, their running back. That's their bread and butter. That's what they lean on. They have really good linebackers as well. But yeah, I mean, Carson has the better athletes. I don't really think many would disagree with me with that. Yeah, so I do have Carson winning it by 2 scores. I kind of do agree with Cal Preps. They haven't
No,
really.
I'm not. Sorry. No, I'm not applying for the poly job.
Yeah,
No, I'm
yeah, yeah.
not.
I mean,
Nah.
I did read a comment that said Pauly hasn't won a D1 title since 2012. That's crazy. It's been a while for Pauly, and I don't cover Southern Section. I don't live in Long Beach or any of that. Obviously, everyone knows of Long Beach Pauly, but yeah, it's been a while since they won a D1 title.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll say that. I don't know. Hey, I will say this: any Pauly kids or parents watching this, I don't know why you're watching this, but if you are,
What do you mean you
uh,
don't know why? Because we're one of the best city shows ever. Duh,
yeah. But if you want to
fucker.
make guaranteed playoffs, make your way to a Marine League school. I know that you guys weren't in playoffs for whatever fiasco. Make your way to Marine League. You'll be in open division. I promise that, Pauly parents. Yeah.
Don't listen to this guy. He's like
No, listen to me.
he's worse
Listen
than
to
the
me.
booster guy over here.
You're welcome. Any Marine League schools that get Pauly kids, I am to thank. But yeah, okay. We're
I
getting
have to think.
we're getting sidetracked. But yeah, I do have
All
Carson
right.
winning it, but it should be a really good game. Yeah, like you said, only way Garfield wins is if Carson can't stop the run. But yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I got Carson by 2 scores.
All right. So let's touch on the next game. Whew. I gotta catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath.
I will be at this game too, by the way, for everyone
All right.
who's listening.
So
I will be at this game.
the next game on our list is the Birmingham Crenshaw game, right? So Birmingham beat Kennedy last week 49-20, led by Kevin Hawkins, who went 7 for 10, 125 yards. Dallas Jones, 14 carries, 139 yards with 2 TDs. Jameer Wilder had a touchdown, and Paul Turner had 3 receptions for 92 yards. In the rain.
Sheesh.
Throw my guys a screen and watch them and get out. Right? Crenshaw, no stats. 30-0. But what I did see is that they were up 20 points in the first quarter, and then they scored the final 6 in the fourth.
Mhm.
I'm not taking anything away from Crenshaw when I make this statement. So if you're from Crenshaw and you do not like my next take, I don't care, but it is facts. Any team that throws the ball 20 times in the rain deserves to fucking lose. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sorry, Coach Walsh. I love you. You're my boy. I don't know when I saw it, why? Like I don't know what was going on over there. Like this was something, and the reason I'm so animated about it is because I was that's my school. I
Yeah.
worked there. Like I was so pumped. I was just like, Pedro's on to the next round. It's gonna be Pedro
Jeez.
Birmingham. But to see the stat line that they attempted 20 passes, I was in the same rainstorm they were, and they're closer to the water. Like it
Yeah.
baffles me. It baffles me. I understand that sometimes when you're down big,
Yeah. Yeah.
you try to just come back, right? But I don't know. Like
Mhm.
I don't know why that happened. I think that's something that Coach Walsh needs to really just sit back and be like, damn, I really I attempted 20 passes with that weather.
Yeah.
Um, it's very unfortunate, but like that's why I'm so worked up about it because I'm a defensive coordinator, and the moment you start throwing the ball and I know I got you, it's kind of like one of those things. And I respect Coach Walsh so much. Like I don't know, I wasn't on the sideline, like I wasn't there. Like that's got to be a conversation. I know he wanted to win. I know the school
Yeah.
wanted to win, but from an outsider's perspective, dude, like when you see it, they attempted 20 passes with what was going on last week. Like I hate to say it, like no wonder they lost.
Yeah.
Like where was the run game? Could they not establish it at all? Like was Crenshaw that good up front? That could all be true, but it is what it is. So Crenshaw's on to the next round. Uh I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a job on the line or any ties to either of these schools.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a tie to one school, so I'm not gonna give a prediction on this one.
For sure. Yeah, I think
Oh,
obviously we weren't.
Cal
Yeah,
Preps has Birmingham winning 28-19.
2019. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think Coach Walls, I think he had to throw. As you said, they got out 20-0 in the first quarter. To be honest, that mud killed them. A lot of bad fumbles, bad snaps. I think I could be wrong. I might be misspeaking, but I think Crenshaw returned a punt or recovered a punt, something along the lines of that. But yeah, I think Pedro just got out. They got down early. They were like, man, I know it's damn near a storm out here, but we got to try something. So I'm going to assume because Coach Walls is a very smart guy. I'm going to assume that's what happened. Kind of just saw that, hey, we're down early, win or go home. We got to try. We have the weapons, we have the athletes. Let's see if we can do something. And obviously, they didn't turn out the way that they wanted to. But yeah, I mean, kudos to San Pedro. Um, Always playing a tough non-league, playing in the best league in the city section, and yeah, Coach Walsh will be back. Coaching staff will be
Yeah,
back. They have guys returning. Their QB is returning as well. He's going to be a senior next year, I believe. So yeah, it's not all lost hope for San Pedro, even though the season didn't end the way they expected. Because they're expecting a championship appearance or at the very least a semifinal appearance. But yeah,
facts.
what can you
Uh,
do? Past is the past, and yeah,
and for anybody that's gonna be like, oh, coach, you wouldn't look. If I respect you, and I really like respect what you stand for and who you are. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not a yes man. I've never been a yes man. You can ask anybody that's worked with me. If you need to hear the cold hard truth, I'm going to say it. Do I think that could my comment affect me? Because you know how everybody's like, well, I've been saying I got some things working behind the scenes. No, that comment wouldn't affect me. I think Coach Walsh would respect me because I kept it 100 and I'm a football coach. And there's probably people that have no credibility that were trying to be coaches in the stands, yelling way worse stuff than what I just said.
yeah,
But this goes to anybody. Like if Coach Guzman, like shout out to Coach Guzman, he just posted a tweet that they won. Like anybody that I'm cool with, like if you're doing something that's uncharacteristic of you as a coach, I respect you enough to tell you the truth. So
yeah.
that's where I'm at with that. To the 29 people that tuned in, we had up to 35. Everybody that came over from Spaces to join us on YouTube Live, we appreciate you very much. Shout out to our sponsors, Black Market Chicken. Oh,
Wait.
hold on, no, I know. I'm gonna let you keep
Oh,
going.
okay. I was
I'm
like,
just
is he ending the show? I haven't even got
no,
a
no,
prediction.
no, no,
Okay.
no. I just shout out to Black Market Chicken. Shout out to Never Worry
Sure.
Apparel. Jay, you can give your prediction, big dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Shout out Black Markets. Yeah, yeah. I was like, is he ending the show? What?
No, 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 no.
Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is for San Pedro. Tough year, tough way to end it. But 30-0, that's mud or not. That's a really, really, really good upset for Crenshaw. And I do say upset because a lot of people didn't have San Pedro winning. 30-0 is, like I said, mud or not, that's a very impressive. So kudos to them. They're on to a semifinal in the Open Division when I had these guys as a contender in Division Two. And obviously, everything I say isn't right or whatever, but still, it's like, wow, these guys are they're in the Open. This Crenshaw team that is still has athletes. Like I said, I tweeted actually when Crenshaw posted the result last week of their 30-0 victory. Like, imagine how good they would be if the neighborhood kids or the kids that should go to the school and don't go for whatever reason, football or not. Imagine how good they'll still be if they have a higher enrollment, if they have kids, football kids specifically, not getting poached by these private schools, or if these kids are choosing to go to other schools, what if they choose to go to Crenshaw? Yeah, there was a comment that said something of like, why am I using the word poach? And I'm like, what? It's like, I don't know. It's something along the lines like that. He was like, why are you using the words poach? They're humans or something like that. I'm like, all right, what? But yeah, shout out to that Crenshaw team, man. I'm not gonna hide it. I do have a slight bias, not a favoritism, but a slight bias. Just kind of like, man, I admire Crenshaw what the coaching staff does. I know last year, I don't think he's still on staff, but they had an NFL veteran coaching O line. He was a Crenshaw alum, of course, but it's like, man, you could get NFL coaching right in your neighborhood. literally this guy coaching the O-line. I forgot his name, but yeah. So yeah, in terms of the game itself, I do think Cal Preps was a little nice to Crenshaw.
A little.
I do think Birmingham's going to win 14, 21 points, somewhere along the lines like that. And mainly because the depth. I think, you compare Birmingham's first 12 to 15 guys to Crenshaw's 12 to 15 guys, it's pretty evenly matched. I mean, Crenshaw's a D1 guy. Their guy has 3 D1, 4 D1 offers, John Drake Kirkpatrick. He's a dog. He's their middle linebacker, plays tight end as well, plays everything, really. They're pretty evenly matched, but Birmingham's going to be 50, maybe 60 deep. Crenshaw's going to be 30 to 40 deep. And a lot of those guys, to be quite frank, are not ready for the open division. The last 30 to 40, the last 30 to 40 is what I mean. On Crenshaw's roster, I don't think they're really open division ready. And Birmingham could go probably 30, 40 deep and have a lot of kids that are open division ready. They're younger, so they have been playing, to be quite frank, in the league when it's a blowout, when it usually is against like a Taft or a Crenshaw, or not Chatsworth. They probably do put a lot of younger guys in. So their younger guys are a lot more battle tested than Crenshaw's younger guys are. But I say all this to say that I do have Birmingham winning by 14, 21 points. I think Crenshaw will keep it competitive the first half. I'm pretty confident because they do have athletes. But yeah, I mean, Crenshaw isn't the strongest passing game. Neither is Birmingham. But yeah, they play like they play very. Somebody told me that they play very vanilla, and I think it's true. They kind of do play sort of a backyard football. The coaching scheme isn't too difficult. Pretty vanilla, simple, standard football, but they have the athletes to pull it off. But yeah, I think Birmingham and a Carson matchup is imminent. I think is the word. So yeah, that's my prediction for tomorrow night, and I will be at that game because it's in the Valley. Birmingham's only like 15 minutes from me, so it'll be a nice little drive for me instead of like a 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive.
At the end of the day, I've said it since we started. The road to the championship goes through a charter school named Birmingham. That's all I gotta say. Like,
Yeesh.
whoever, you got to go through them. You want to be the top dog, you got to beat the top dog. Coach D, me and Coach D chat here and there.
He's
like
OC,
we, with the OC, we keep open communication. That's my boy over there, man. As talented as all three of these other teams are, if you are not well prepared when you play this team, you're not going to get the outcome you wanted. So best of luck to Crenshaw. Best of luck to Garfield and Carson. As you can hear my son yell that he's got to go to the bathroom in the background. The road to the ship goes to a charter school in Lake Balboa. Balboa. I don't fucking know. It's late. I've been in school all day. I went from work to class to this.
Yeah.
Lake Balboa, it's all the same.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for all the games that are going to take place tomorrow, man. And I wish everybody the best of luck. I hope everybody has a safe game. Nobody gets hurt. Hey, Jay, you're going to have to. All right. So I'll give our fans some bad news.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to cover the finals by yourself.
I got you. Don't worry.
I will not be here. I'm going out of town on Monday, so I will not be here, people. So Jay is gonna run it. He'll probably I'm gonna teach him how to do this. If he wants to do this by himself, he can do a live on YouTube, or he can jump on Spaces. Either way, you guys will have a finals prediction. I will be in contact with him. I will not have very much cell service at all. I won't have any cell service for a whole week.
You'll tell me after, but
I'll tell you. I don't got now. Me and my wife are going on a cruise.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to like Idaho.
Nah. We're out, man. Like, yeah. We need some getaway time. So the kids are staying with family, and then me and my wife are going on a little well-deserved vacay. Shout out to my wife, Victoria Reese. Robertson. Ooh.
Hey.
Sheesh. Hey, no, but yeah, so oh, also, today my father-in-law had an aneurysm due to high blood pressure. He's in ICU at USC. For everybody that is watching, I'm home with my kids. Obviously, I'm doing the show as well. But please say a prayer for my father-in-law. Our family's going through it right now. I know God has got His hands upon my father-in-law, but more prayers and more thoughts are always appreciated. And with that being said, man, everybody that's got a game tomorrow, you guys stay blessed. You guys have a healthy game. Coach Guzman, congratulations to Cleveland making it to the ship. Jay, I love you, brother. To all our fans that tuned in, don't forget to subscribe. Share it. Share the show, guys. Share the show. Oh, thank you, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. Hey, because of you guys, we made it to 1K views for the first time.
1,000 views. That's a lot, man. We're just two guys who turn the camera on and talk. Not much else.
For reals. And we appreciate all the love for everybody that retweets us, for everybody that reaches out. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers, man. I appreciate that. Thank you to you guys, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. And that's all I got before I get emotional. I got to call my wife and check on my father-in-law right now. Thank you. I definitely will enjoy my vacation. I hope you guys like the new layout. This is what we got put together for season 2. I was working on it yesterday, and I was just like, yo, Jay, look what I did.
Looks good. I like it. Brand new, fresh.
Yeah. So you guys stay tuned. Jay will have a championship episode for you guys next week. And then after that championship episode, we get into interview mode, and we're gonna start setting a lineup for season 2, and we're gonna take off. And you guys will have an episode. At least I think we're gonna go do 2 episodes again, or we're gonna try to space it out a little bit again this year.
We'll see. To be decided. TBD.
All right. Well, that's all you got for me. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Jay, you got anything?
No. Let me just read some of these comments real quick. I'll give one word answers.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Thank you for the 1K. Obviously, the prayers. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go Hollywood on these guys. We got to read every comment.
Thank you.
I'm not too sure what's up with Coach Garrett at Crenshaw. I just know he's on administrative leave. LAUSD and Vicky Lagos, whatever her last name is, Lagos are pretty tight knit about anything. So no clue. Long Beach Poly lost transfers when the district changes the rules. They should come to a Marine League school. It's not that far. Carson dominated King Drew, who won all the smoke. True. There was some back and forth. I did see that on King Drew and Carson's side. Coach Paul, you applying for the Poly job. Garfield did a really good job of controlling the clock. They did for sure. They kind of knew they fizzled Palisade. Any momentum Palisades had, they fizzled it out real quick. Yeah, Garfield was really impressive. Yup. The weather helped Garfield. Everything. I think everything else we pretty much read. And then this guy, apparently that Boyd or Derek Boyd, who was the LA Jordan coach, was fired for a legitimate reason. Not gonna say in here why. I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting. Let me know. LA City section is my Twitter. Let me know what happened. But everything else we pretty much read. Yeah, prayers up for your family members.
Thank you, brother.
Good luck on your cruises. We'll have fun, and thank you guys for 1K views. That's all I got. And I'll probably do a Spaces. To be honest, just simpler, easier, very low maintenance. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week, or you guys will hear my voice next week. And yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so let me shout out these Hamilton winter workouts, man. Like,
there you go.
Yes, I know. Coach Asante, he is on it. I know. I've seen the tweets. Like, he's shooting. Yes, I've seen the proposed schedule for next year, and am I thoroughly impressed? Absolutely. I can't wait to see what this.
And they want to schedule Modern Day or Sierra Canyon.
I know
these guys are loco. I'll be at that game.
Honestly, like you said, he always said, I don't recruit, I attract talent. And tell me what kid in the LA City section wouldn't want the opportunity that if they're a baller to go to, if you knock them off, you knocked off them.
If you knock off,
You knocked off a powerhouse, but let alone I played modern day and I did this, I did that. Like that, that's tremendous, man. Shout out to Coach Asante for believing in himself and believing in his program. We believe in you, Coach. Um, I may be more of a glass half empty guy on that, but you know what? I still respect it. I'll still drink from the cup. Let's go, baby. I will. Let's go.
That's funny.
Hey, but y'all stay blessed. Appreciate y'all for coming in. My son Dylan wants to come say bye real quick to you guys too, since he did the opening last for the last show. Hurry up,
Did,
come on,
yeah.
come say bye to the viewers. Everybody, just throw peace. You're live, so you got to say peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. We're out.